We're closing in towards the end of this course, and one of the primary things that I want to communicate to anyone who does search engine optimization is that while rankings is one of the more visible aspects of the results of your work, they're not the goal. You see, rankings has not directly made any business more money. Rankings are a key performance indicator. They're not the goal. The goal is very simply stated. What makes me money? What increases my leads, my subscriptions, my clicks? Rankings only show that I'm moving in the right direction, but they don't guarantee that I'm making more money. And so that's why every search engine optimizer needs to be heavily into the use of analytics to show that they are making more money and affecting the bottom line of the business in a positive way rather than just getting rankings. So the first step is to identify what your goal is. I'm using Google Analytics here, but really any analytics program will allow you to set up a specific goal for the user. Number one step is to identify what the goal is. So for this site, the goal is to place a classified ad. That's the goal that I have, the primary goal for the user. The second thing that I need to do is track how that goal is completed. And so I track that through a thank you page. Every person that fills out a classified ad and then submits it and pays gets a thank you page. And every time that thank you page shows up, that lets me know that someone has met the goal. The final stage is making sure that I have a value attached to that action. So when someone has completed adding a classified ad, that's worth $5. So for every action, there has to be an ability to track it. And once someone completes it, what is the value to you and your business for that? Those are the three areas of analytics that are vital to knowing if you're making a difference in your business. You see, it's not just about search engine optimization. As you've seen throughout this entire course, search engine optimization affects the design of a website. It's hand in hand with marketing. You have to work with copywriters to create good content, and you have to develop an understanding of analytics to ensure that you are adding to the business. Now, the three areas of search engine optimization and analytics that I'm most concerned about are three primary questions. Your reports should focus on these areas. And basically, those three questions are going to let you know if you're doing a great job or not. Where did people come from? What did they do? And how do you respond? You see, where people come from, that determines, did they come from search? Did they come from links? Did they come from an ad campaign? Did they come from social media? Based on where they come from, what did they do? So how they respond is going to determine how you respond. You see, we've got a website, and usually we think of it in terms of having a single goal. We want people to buy something, or we want someone to fill out a lead form. But in reality, it's not as simple as someone coming to your website and taking that action. What people do, it's confusing. They hit their back button. They go sideways. They go look at other information. They do everything but that initial goal. And so we end up with a lot of additional information that we're not sure is it important or not. Where it starts is understanding that people come to your website with drastically different intents. And we talked about this in the keyword research portion, is trying to understand what are the different reasons that people come to the website. So, for example, if we have a financial website, we have people that come there every day to get the closing market numbers. They want the immediate news. And so as a result, this is the type of person that their behavior is going to show that they will come every day to get the same news at around the same time. They want that bit of information. Now, on the other side of the website is someone who wants deep analysis. And so they may come to the website once a day, once a week, or once a month, but what they're looking for is much more in-depth opinion and analysis. These two visitors are looking for completely different information. They're going to behave completely differently, and how they view the site and where they go to get their information is going to be different. And so we need to measure them differently. So when it comes to analytics, it's all about the context. What was the visitor looking for, and how did they act? And how was that different from everybody else that came to the site, and how was it similar to other people that came to the site? You see, when it comes to context, I think about the words people use or how they found the site. That's our segment. The context is the segment. So I like thinking about search terms like a bucket. Everyone who searched for a specific word, I put them in a bucket. Everyone who searched for a different type of word, they get in another bucket. Here's a visual way of looking at it. Let's say I had someone coming looking for the word CRM. And so in my analytics, I ask to see, show me all the keywords that had the phrase CRM in the search term. And they go in a big bucket. Then I take that bucket and I ask to see where all the people are that looked for CRM plus software in their search term. And that goes into a smaller bucket. So anyone who's looking for CRM plus vendors, that goes in a different bucket. CRM plus the word simple goes in another bucket. So what I'm doing is dividing a segment of search terms by one keyword, CRM, and then I'm dividing that by additional keywords. And what that does is it shows me the intent of the searcher. Because everyone who searches for CRM is not looking for it the same way. They're looking for it differently. If they're looking for free CRM, that means they are a drastically different visitor than someone who's looking for a CRM vendor. And I have to treat them differently, and I also have to look and see what content did they see when they came to the site. Because if they saw the same thing, it wouldn't meet the needs of either. So I want to segment out all of my search visitors so that I can understand what they were looking for. And then the next question I want to ask is, what page did they see? And based on what they wanted and what they saw and what they did, how many of them converted, I now know how much those visitors are worth that used that word. So rankings aren't the goal. Search words show my intent. Visitors show me intent. And when I figure out what they're looking for and I track that, I'm going to realize how valuable those visitors are based on the words they use.